Yo, what is going on, guys? It's been a little while since I've just talked straight over an H1Z1 gameplay, but today I have something special. I got a key to the beta for H1Z1 PlayStation 4. Now, this is actually keyboarding on console. This is using a keyboard and mouse, and before you go call me a no-life virgin in the chat, in the comments section, it does not work that well. If you're not familiar with the Zim Apex, basically you plug the attachment into the front of your console, and then you plug your mouse, keyboard, and your controller into the actual Zim Apex itself, and it emulates your controller. So the keys on the keyboard and the buttons on the mouse emulate the buttons on the PlayStation controller. Now, they also have an app that you have to download for your phone, which in turn has all the games that are basically out there right now in that app itself, and you have to choose which game, and then it works for that certain game. Now, I can't do that because H1Z1, as you can tell, is still in beta access, and it is very, very early, so it is not a game in the app, obviously. Now, since I can't select it as an app itself, I just selected the next best thing, aka Fortnite. Also, with the Zim Apex, you have to set up your mouse outside of the Zim Apex in its individual program, aka like Razer Synapse for a Razer mouse or Logitech software for a Logitech mouse. In my case, I have a Logitech mouse, and I have to turn the DPI up based to what sensitivity I want. And even at 12,000 DPI, with 100% in-game sensitivity, it still was not that high of a sense, so it was very hard to turn. I don't know, it was very fast when I would aim just in front of me, but if I had to do a full 180 or a 360, it literally took like 25 minutes, which doesn't make much sense. I don't know if it was cutting in and out, because my controller would turn off pretty often. I'm not gonna lie, my controller would just stop. I would start walking towards the wall. I'm like, did I just get kicked from the game? Did I just get banned for cheating? Because, you know, it is kind of, you do hit quite a bit of headshots doing this. It's not insane, but I didn't really know what was going on, but for some reason my controller kept disconnecting. Now, this doesn't happen on COD, and it doesn't happen on Fortnite when I've tried it, but with this in particular, it does happen. It cuts my controller out a ton, so I don't know if that's an issue with the actual game or what was going on. Now, the one thing I don't like about Deathmatch on the PlayStation 4 version is the only thing that they give you currently is a shotgun and an MP7. You have to find AKs and ARs, and they weren't very prevalent, but every single time that I would find an AK or an AR or a whatever the hunting rifle is called, I think it's called the Scout rifle or something like that, those guns were really OP with this because they have sights, and if you keep a distance at someone, you can really beam someone with the sight. But at close range, it doesn't seem very OP at all because the shotgun fights are extremely AIDS, to say the least. Now, let's say that H1 did support plug and play with just keyboard and mouse. The only reason that you use keyboard and mouse with the Zim Apex on console over just a plug and play, if it supports it, is that this gives you aim assist. Now, the aim assist on H1 here was not that prevalent. Now, it feels different from gun to gun, varying, and I didn't get to try all the guns, but with the Scout rifle, which I'm using here on screen, it is really OP. And one thing I just want to point out is I hit this man's helmet twice, and then you get the headshot. It is actually a 3-tap on console. It is not a 2-tap anymore like PC. You have to hit their helmet twice for it to break, and then you get a 1 hit to the head. So that's kind of interesting. But as far as the aim assist, it doesn't really, you know, give you that much aim assist. And I don't know how it feels on controller because I did not try out the controller. I just used the Zim the entire time because it was a really big pain in the ass, and it took me like 3 hours to record this, and I kept recording and recording and recording. So if you want to leave a like on the video and give me a sub, I'd really appreciate it. Here you get to see that I hit that dude's helmet 3 times again, but that's basically what it looks like. Now, the big question, is it OP? And to answer that, I just have to say it is situational how OP it is, because a lot of these players that have been playing, at least in the beta, that, you know, a lot of them are PC players, and the PC players know that if you just drive at someone, hop out with a shotgun, then you make it RNG as possible. Now, like I said, when you try to do a quick 180, even on 13,000 DPI with 100% in-game sense, you basically just stop for a second when you try to turn that fast. I don't know if it's just a Zim issue, if it's a controller issue, or what it is. So that really makes shotgun fights really bad. Every single time I got shotgun rushed, I died. Also, people love to on console just drive around and try to run you over, because the running over seems to work a lot better than PC, and it's really hard to avoid the cars when you're on a controller, apparently. Now, I said that I would play a couple solos, you know, and try to get a 30 bomb, and currently right now I don't think that is the best idea. Not only is it an open beta and I don't want to get banned, but it is also not working the best in the world for me, and I'm tired of dealing with it for now. But I will try to play a solo and see how it works out eventually. Hopefully it will be, you know, a lot of people get angry that I'm using a keyboard and mouse on console, but to be completely fair, it really isn't that big of a deal, and it does not give you that much of an advantage, at least at a close distance and a medium distance. Now, at a long range with a scope like the scout rifle, yes, it makes a huge difference. It's OP as shit with the scout rifle, and I'm sure with the hunting rifle it's no different, but at close to medium range, it really does not help you very much at all. Now, as far as how the game played itself, it actually plays decent. It isn't the smoothest thing in the world, and I think it has motion blur on it because it kind of makes you feel a little woozy when you like try to spin really fast. I don't know if that's just me, but it feels really weird. Also, there's black bars on the left, right, top, and bottom of the screen for some reason, and you know, you can't change a res to like stretch the screen or anything like PC. So it is kind of odd that it has the black bars. You can see it in my keyboard and mouse cam up there in the top. I did edit it out of the gameplay itself just by stretching the gameplay, but it is black bars for some reason on each side in the top and bottom, and the game itself looks really good. It kind of gives you that old school, dull, dingy, depressing Z1 look to it, so it's kind of cool. Also I wanted to talk about the movement. The movement itself does not have ENAS nerf currently, so I actually ENAS'd the shit out of a dude earlier. I completely crossed a field and just ENAS'd his ankles off and killed him with the MP7, so he's probably pretty mad. But yeah, you can ENAS again on this. I don't know if they plan on implementing the ENAS nerf or what, but it is not in here currently. I don't know why it is. So you're probably wondering if the game itself feels good. Aside from the console, you know, the console controller or the keyboard and mouse, whatever, you want to know, does it feel good? And from a 2200 hour H1Z1 player, it is not that bad. You know, it is console. You got to take that into consideration when picking this up. It's not going to feel like 200 FPS or whatever you get on PC. It's going to feel weird, especially, you know, playing with a controller like most of you guys will be playing on. But it's pretty decent. You know, I'm going to play this with some friends. You know, I'm going to try it out with them, you know, that haven't played H1 in a long time. I have a few friends that played back in the day and they want to try it out on PS4, so we'll squad up, you know, try it out, and hopefully I'll see you guys out there too soon. You know, the 22nd is when the open beta is. I actually DM'd a dev to get this key. Hopefully he doesn't see this video and get pissed off that I keyboarded, but you know, I did it in deathmatch. I didn't do it in solo, so be easy on me. For it being on console, you know, you only being able to shoot in first person with sights and all this stuff, it's a totally different game. But you know, when Fortnite is offline and little Billy comes home from school and there's a Fortnite update and he doesn't have anything to play, he might hop on H1 and find a love for it. I don't know if he will. You know, he might get shotgun rushed 14 times and then uninstall the game and go tell his friends at school to never play it. But in theory, you know, if Fortnite's down, a lot of Fortnite players will probably play this because they don't have anything else. You know, PUBG's only on Xbox, and this will be a kind of a, you know, fresh new thing for people to try. I expect it to get a shit ton of players, at least at the beginning of it, and you know, they might die off, you know, whatever. We'll see how it goes after a couple weeks when it comes out, but it is solid. It is, honestly. Now, if you grinded H1Z1 for 4,000 hours, you've been playing since Z1, since day one of the game, before it even had Battle Royale, and you think, man, Cam, should I go out and buy a Zim Apex so that I can shit on these console plebs and drop 50 bombs in solos? That's probably not going to be a good idea because it is kind of expensive for a Zim Apex. I think I paid about 90 to 100 bucks for this, and it does not work that well currently. Now, will that change in the future? Maybe. Now, one thing I do want to point out in this gameplay you just seen, the smoke that comes from the MP7 and the pistol when you shoot them is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot see what you're shooting at once you start shooting because the smoke covers the entire screen, so they really need to fix that. Also, the shotguns were really spotty and they were kind of laggy. I don't know, but it is beta, so you can't expect much out of it. Overall, it's really fun. I like it. You know, I'm not going to be playing it, obviously. You know, this definitely not something I'm going to be playing, but for the people that only have console, they don't have PC, they've been seeing H1 since 2015 and they want to play it, you know, I've seen a lot of people excited about it. They're like, dude, I finally get to try this game, and that's cool. You know, it's cool that they get to try it. But that's about all I have to say about the Zim and console in general for H1Z1. If you do like this video and you want to see me play solos or squads and do a gameplay with the keyboard and mouse, try to drop like a high amount of kills, get a win, see a full gameplay, something like that with another keyboard and mouse cam, then make sure to leave a like on the video. Let me know if you want to see it. Go comment down below what you think so far watching console H1, what you think about it, and if you're going to be playing it. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.